Over the years, fueled by the growing praise for the Star Wars prequel trilogy, demand for LEGO clone trooper based sets have skyrocketed. As of 2025, LEGO has released over 100 unique clone trooper minifigures. However, a major imbalance emerges when breaking down those figures by armor style, being Phase 1 and Phase 2. Surprisingly, Phase 1 clone troopers make up only about 39% of all LEGO clone troopers, leaving Phase 2 clones with the clear majority. But how did this happen? Phase 1 clone troopers first appeared in 2002 alongside Attack of the Clones, while Phase 2 clones debuted in 2005 with Revenge of the Sith. From the beginning, LEGO gave Phase 2 clones a stronger start with 7 minifigures in their debut wave compared to just 1 for Phase 1 clones. Phase 1 clones didn't gain significant traction until 2008 when Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series premiered. Since the show's early seasons were set in the Phase 1 era, LEGO responded with minifigures in this style. Between 2008 and 2013, being the era of what many considered the golden age of LEGO Phase 1 clones, 33 Phase 1 minifigures were released compared to just 9 Phase 2 clones. During this time, the main Star Wars content came from the Clone Wars animated series and the 3D re-release of Attack of the Clones, fueling Phase 1 popularity. But in 2014, everything changed. Following the massive success of the Geonosis themed sets, LEGO suddenly pulled back on Phase 1 production. In 2014, no Phase 1 clones were released, and from that point on, Phase 1 representation plummeted. In 2015, fans only received 2 new Phase 1 figures, the last major release for this variant. So what went wrong? Despite Phase 1 clones being essential to the Star Wars universe, Phase 2 clones have always drawn more attention, especially from LEGO. One major reason is the growing appreciation for Revenge of the Sith, which contains some of the most iconic and emotional moments in Star Wars history. The Order 66 sequence, in particular, has been revisited numerous times, inspiring LEGO to recreate its battle scenes repeatedly, like the consistent returns to the jungles of Kashyyyk. On the flip side, while Attack of the Clones introduced the clones and featured major sequences like Geonosis, it never reached the same level of fanfare. This led LEGO to lean harder into Revenge of the Sith and Phase 2 clone content. Another factor is the media timeline itself. After Season 3 of the Clone Wars, the series transitioned into the Phase 2 era. Since 2014 and onward, Phase 1 clones have rarely appeared in Star Wars media, only resurfacing in a few brief moments such as Ahsoka flashbacks. Meanwhile, Phase 2 clones continue to take center stage in the Clone Wars Season 7 and other recent projects, ensuring their ongoing relevancy in both canon and LEGO releases. What's next for LEGO Phase 1 clone troopers? Truthfully, the future doesn't look too bright. Unless Star Wars media returns to the Phase 1 era through re-releases, flashbacks, or new projects like a revival of the Clone Wars animated series, LEGO has a little incentive to revisit Phase 1 designs. The best chance for a resurgence could come in 2027 with the 25th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. That milestone may finally offer a reason for LEGO to honor Phase 1 clones once again. LEGO's biggest clone trooper problem isn't about popularity, it's about legacy. Phase 1 clones helped define an era of Star Wars that inspired an entire generation, but unless they're brought back into the spotlight through future media or anniversary waves, they may remain forgotten, remembered only by the fans who grew up with them.